Minus 170 favorite for Lipski, which I'm very surprised because I've been going back and forth on this fight all day long, man. Kind of all week long. Plus 150 comeback for Cachoeira. It's just interesting to me because Ariane Lipski, even though she's a great fighter, man, when it comes down to like striking, she's a legit striker. In her last 5, she's lost 2. She got ground and pound TKO finished by Antonina Shevchenko, which not a lot of people really saw coming. She got super duper smashed by Montana De La Rosa, which not a lot of people necessarily saw that coming either. But the win, she decision Mandy Bohm, which I think the win has not aged very well since Mandy Bohm has had some very terrible performances as of late. Also, a win over Luana Carolina where she knee barred her. That was her claim to fame in the UFC. And then Isabella de Padua. That was a decision victory. Now, Priscila Cachoeira, she just beat Ji Young Kim due to tenacity, due to just grit and guts and blood and violence, right? Which is what you love to see. My question to you here, AJ, is that Ariane Lipski looks really good when the fight's clean and technical. When it gets into a dogfight, that's when she starts to fall apart a little bit. Do you think Cachoeira can put her in that dogfight? Do you think Cachoeira can really inflict her will on Ariane Lipski? Or is she going to get countered too many times trying to come in wild, throwing these crazy big shots like that before she gets a chance to inflict her will? Because I kind of lean towards the latter. What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of lean towards the latter as well because I feel like both are the kryptonite to each other. You know, when you get a crazy wild man, what's the best thing to do? Piece him up, stiff him with some precision, and then knock him out. Now, what do you do when you're fighting a technician? Make this a brawl. Yeah. So I feel like they're both the kryptonite for each other. And Cachoeira's a dog. I mean, as much as a lot of people don't appreciate the extracurriculars of her kind of fight style, we'll say it that way. She is a dog regardless in the fight, and she can always bring that scrappiness to it. And Ariane Lipski, as much as I do, and she's a queen of violence. That's her name. She's more a queen of technicians, if you will, because she's very technical, has a striking in. Things get a little sketchy in there. It seems like Ariane Lipski kind of falters a little bit.
Well, Lipski, let's just be clear. She's nicknamed the Queen of Violence because of her KSW days. That's why, because the fans in Poland really liked her. Because if you look at the KSW, she has a body kick and punches TKO, punches TKO, punches TKO, arm bar, rear naked choke, and then a decision. So she was a real killer at KSW. The problem is you come to the UFC and everybody's a killer. So, it doesn't really mean as much. And the KSW is a great promotion, don't get me wrong. But listen, man, the one thing that I think is really interesting is that Priscila Cachoeira, her nickname is Zombie Girl, not just because of her tenacity, but because she can eat shots and keep walking forward. That's why I think it's going to be tough for Ariane Lipski to kind of replicate the same performance she had against Mandy Bohm. Because Mandy Bohm, when she started getting touched, she'd be, oh shit, you know what I mean? I think Cachoeira is going to eat those and keep coming. So Ariane Lipski is going to have to be ready for a dogfight. But I think it's going to be as simple as that, man. The only difference here is because Cachoeira, she only pulled one takedown in the last fight against Ji Young Kim. Great striker, great fundamental, jab and all that. She just needs a little more volume, all that, but if Cachoeira shoots against Ariane Lipski, that's the only real spot where I could see Lipski being like, oh, this fight's going completely downhill. I just don't think Priscila Cachoeira, and I'll look it up really quickly, the UFC stats to see what is her takedown like. What is she truly taking people down with recently? And if you look at Priscila Cachoeira, one takedown against Ji Young Kim, that's actually the only takedown that she's registered in the UFC. So I feel good. Unless she somehow, some way, I don't think 6 weeks, 8 weeks, a couple months, I don't think that's enough time to be able to truly revamp your whole entire game plan and be like, oh, now I'm a wrestler now. Because once you get in there, you go on autopilot a lot of the times, right? So I like Ariane Lipski for the decision. I think she's going to be too technical. She's going to be able to piece her up. She just has to be ready for that dogfight. And the over and under on this fight, AJ, is... Do I actually have a drum roll? Hold on, let me see if I got a drum roll. Damn, that's sad. No drum roll. All right, that's fine. Over and under on this fight, AJ, is 2.5 rounds, minus 180 for the over. I like the over. I like the decision. What do you got, brother?
Yeah, I'm with you, man. You hit the nail on the head. I like the over. I'm taking the decision. I think it's the best way for her. Keep it technical. Keep it technical for Ariane Lipski all day long.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry, man. I'm just really bummed out. I really don't have a drum roll. I feel like I had a drum roll in here at one point, but it's okay. We'll get that on the next show, man. But yeah, easy money right there, Ariane Lipski. So like we said, folks, I'm just going to revamp it one more time. The Bloody Water Podcast consensus picks, right? These are your locks for the weekend, right? Take your money, take your picks to the sportsbook, cash them in. Jamal Hill, Vicente Luque, Zach Pauga, Sergey Spivak, and Ariane Lipski. The only point of contention we have is on the Tough 30 women's flyweight finale between Brogan Walker and Juliana Miller. And even then, listen, just go with your gut because you have a 50-50 shot either way, right? But listen, those are...